welcome back into the studio. Today is the letter V, and we're gonna start off. We have a lot of color left over from the other pages, and so I'm gonna start with some decoupage with some visual texture. So I found these old Xerox copies that have all this lovely texture in it, and I thought that would be fun to get some of that laid down on these pages. So that's where I'm gonna start. So let's dive in. Okay, I'm gonna get some white gesso laid down because it didn't totally cover up some of that color, and I kind of want to push some of the in-between areas between the decoupage and the background in down with some white gesso. So I'm gonna get in there and get that nicely applied and then move on. I also took the opportunity to push back some of those heavier, darker lines with that gesso. So I'm going to go in with this totally triangular stencil because it really has some nice contrasting edges, which is kind of similar to those pages that Xerox pages that I decoupaged down, and add some additional visual texture with that. Now I'm going in with some archival ink so it won't move on the page when I go in with anything else that I choose to throw at this. And you can really see I'm kind of mimicking some of those dark lines from the decoupage elements with, and kind of lining that up along with some of the lines from this stencil. It's an awesome stencil, lots of fun. And now I'm going to come in with a really similar kind of stencil. This one's neighborhood map. It's the small 4-inch size, but it is nicely contrasting to the original totally triangular stencils that I used. And I'm also going in with a contrasting color. This is Tea Rose. I love this color, and it looks so nice against this the Garden Patina color. These are both Ranger's Wendy Venci's archival ink pads. And I'm going to do the similar thing. I'm going to go through the stencil, but I'm also going to come back in like I did with the Garden Patina and add just some of that color without the stencil as well. All right, now for our next texture. This is vinyl, and I got this, I don't know where I got this, but I got it a long time ago. And I found it on the roll. Maybe it was at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I'm not quite sure. But I am cutting that down into just little off angular strips. And I'm going to adhere that with some E6000. I wanted to kind of mimic those visual texture lines that we've created with the Xerox copies, as well as what I laid down with both of those stencils. So we've got the real angular ones with the totally triangular, and we've got the real grid type lines from the neighborhood map. So I'm getting that laid down, and I'm not following any of the lines from those elements. I'm creating absolutely new ones across the page using this textured vinyl. And to accentuate the texture of the vinyl, I'm going over it with those same archival ink pads. And with the archival ink, you have a few seconds to be able to get that to move. So I'm going in with my finger and moving it across the vinyl. And now I'm gonna map out where I want my letter and get that cut out of the vinyl that I've colored or highlighted the texture of. On the street, the place we always used to meet. It's getting cold here in LA. I know it's only been 2 weeks. I can't eat, I'm losing sleep from missing you on Sunday. Now this is it was like a tag made out of velvet. And so I just took it to my sewing machine and made a little pocket out of it. And then the insert is actually just a tag off of clothing, one of the heavyweight tags. So I'm going to get my letter placed onto that pocket, and then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to handle that tag. Gonna get that tag just really covered with some heavy gesso on there, so that I can make some decisions on what I need to, or what I want to do with that next. My apartment is a mess. There's no room for happiness. Been alone too many nights. You came by the other day, dropped off a key, but wouldn't stay. We couldn't even start a fight. I know it's only been 2 weeks. I can't eat, I'm losing sleep. I'm missing you on Sunday. I will make a brand new start on Sunday. I will fix this broken heart. Baby, I won't be sad. Oh, maybe I won't be sad. You came by the other day, dropped off a key, but wouldn't stay. We couldn't even start a fight. And now that that tag is good and dry, I'm going to be adding some of that vinyl to the top and doing some stitching around the insert. I don't know about you, but these are some of my favorite tools right here. A simple clothespin. I have a huge bucket full of these and they come in so handy for holding things down while they dry. Very nice small investment. So now this is a fine liner and I have put in it a mixture of black acrylic paint along with Liquitex airbrush medium. It's approximately a 2-to-3 ratio, but I can't say that I really follow that just until it gets to a consistency that makes it easy to come through that fine liner. And as always, I have down in the description box, I have a list of all the products used along with links. Some of those are linked to my Etsy store or possibly an affiliate link, but I only link products that I have used, tested, and prefer to use. And I do receive a very small compensation, but there's never any additional cost to you for using the links. So if it's something that you want to add to your plethora of supplies, know that there's no additional cost to you by adding that link. So I'm going in and really edging the dimensional visual texture that is on this page and actually doing some shadowing or shading using that mixture out of the fine liner along with my UmWow Studio water mister. I love how it reacts, and by now you might be able to tell I'm getting kind of excited about this because this is just really punching it up a notch. And even though we primarily part of this layout is the visual texture, it still is exciting when it all does come together. Please take the time to like this video if you do, and subscribe if you haven't.